This week on SailAway, our second round of family crew is on their way to have some fun in the Virgin Islands. But we're about to begin a massive list of projects, including trading our diesels for electric. So in the day before they get here, we're going to get a head start on some upgrades. You're going to tell me what new fun adventures that you're bringing to us?
No.
Fine. What new fun adventures is Mommy bringing to us this week on video? Looks like a dog.
I don't know.
Fine, I'll stop messing with the crew. Got a project this morning. I guess not morning anymore, it's afternoon. This is something we've kind of been planning on for a little while. We've been using just standard triangle shades that we bought off Amazon up on the front. And we found kind of an okay way to sort of just stretch them around on both sides so that they help cover these greenhouse windows we have in here. And they substantially bring the temperature down on hot days. But they also don't really cover the whole top of the cabin. And then in the mornings particularly, the Dodger here really amplifies a lot of heat from the sun coming in as the sun's going up before it gets above this. So what we have, we've bought two of the rectangular shades. They're 12 by 12. And Lauren just helped me tack up the first one and get a rough measurement of how we're going to modify these. Basically, they're going to be sort of like a trapezoid running the length of the boom. There's a point already on our boom where we can clip on that's just back here, just a couple feet back from the Dodger. And then we can easily run straight forward to the lower part of shroud, the mast bracing. We recut that edge and recut this edge so that this one goes to the outer shroud. And then we'll have a nice shade that covers not just the windows up there, it'll cover them better, and it'll also cover the top of the cabin to keep that a little cooler, and it'll cover the very front edge of the Bimini and the Dodger, so that in the morning the sun won't be beating in through the Dodger and getting us all hot. I'm pretty excited about it. Kara brought them with her when she came, and I'm going to try to knock these things out before Luke and Chase get here, so we've got a nice shady boat for everybody. It's going to be kind of a hot week because the wind is dying down. So you can look at that face right there, and you can see how bad we need the shades.
Where?
Zeke. He was panting and looking all hot. Now he just looks content. Dog knows how to find a spot, man. Don't you? So this is kind of complicated making this cut because it's not a straight cut. These things are cut with a little bit of curve, and so then when you tension it, having that curve in the edge keeps it from flapping. And so we kind of want to keep that curve in all the edges if possible. And so trying to figure out how to cut a smooth curve, a nice straight curve. So what I'm doing, got my mark right here of how much this edge needs shortened. And then of course we want to leave a couple inches to do a double fold here. So what I did was just fold this whole edge in half, and then I'm going to draw a line matching the half that is kind of staying intact, and we'll see if that results sort of what we're looking for.
Mom's editing the video. Dad's working on the new shades, and I'm recording.
The video already asked me, and you've only been doing this for two seconds.
Well, my first question was how I go forward, and now my question is how I go backward.
Yeah, and also how to lift it up.
I mean, I figured that out because I put it down.
Right.
But how do I go backwards? So like...
How many open pairs of scissors can we have on the floor?
2. So I just put this in about right there, probably. Just trying to kind of tack this together.
Look at that. Are you so proud of yourself?
I made a stitch. It's really horrendous looking, but I do laundry sometimes too.
You're that kept man.
Renaissance. Renaissance man.
You know, it's not like you've been just sitting out here cursing the entire time, but fine.
How you feeling?
Not very good.
Yeah, somebody's got a little bit of a fever today. Not feeling the greatest. I think you'll rebound though. Just in time for Uncle Luke and Uncle Chase, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
You could do it. Mommy said your temperature went down just a little bit, so keep it up. I mean, keep it down. I mean, whatever. I've been working feverishly this morning to finish up these sunshades, and they're done. The first one shows my lack of experience a little bit on a couple edges. The second one is a lot better. That's kind of how it always seems to work. So we got them both going now. And this one was up most of the morning when I wasn't using it to measure, and man, it already made a huge difference just in the morning with the sun. The sun is always coming from this angle. We're always pointed east and the sun's rising right here, so all the way through like 11 o'clock or so we're just getting harsh sun through the Dodger and down into the cockpit here, but not anymore. It's going to be interesting to see how these buckles hold up. I got all this stuff on Amazon, a pack of webbing and buckles for like 10 bucks, and a couple of stainless pieces too. Rivers gets a nice little bonus tent area up here. I'm pretty happy with them, man. I think they came out pretty good for, I think it was about 80 bucks for the pair of shades, and then another 10 to 15 for hardware, so 100 bucks. It's nice and custom. It fits the boat much better than the other ones. It's really easy to put up and down, so we'll see how it holds up with this guy doing the sewing. Next sewing project will be the side shades that go right here. Cut them all the way down on the sides here. Got the zippers already installed, just need some material.
Alright, my sister left 2 days ago, and today we get my brother and his boyfriend. So it's a whirlwind tour of the Virgin Islands. We get to do it all over again. We're not exactly sure where we're gonna go with them. Figure it out when they're here. But it's a good thing that they're coming so soon after my sister, because Kara was bringing a whole bunch of stuff down, but not all of it made it with her. So now they get to bring everything else, including the Starlink. Everybody talks about the Starlink, it's fine.
Starlink!
We've had internet on the boat for a while with this soulless puck, but I don't know if they changed their service or what's happening, but it does not work anymore for us. In fact, since we've been in the USVIs, we had a different puck that we've used for about, what, 3 years, and it worked like pretty flawlessly. We couldn't get it in the French islands because their international program didn't cover those, but that wasn't a big deal. We just went and got SIM cards like we used to do. But we got here and we bought a new puck because the old one had started to, the battery had started to kind of expand, and we thought that was what our problem was being with the internet. Turns out it's not. It's just the soulless. So we've spent way too much money going to the coffee shop and the Chinese place that has Wi-Fi so we could upload things, and it was finally time to bite the bullet. I know everybody and their mother already has Starlink. We're gonna be one of those people, so we're really excited.
When we were in the US, it was on our list of our wish list, but it really was just that. Like, we had so much stuff to buy that it truly was on the wish list, and it just, the hardware is so expensive. Yeah, it just didn't make it, and then, man, we regretted it. Because it's 75% of the boats out here seems like have them, and they just work awesome.
I mean, it's just a factor of this lifestyle, is that if you work on the boat, or even to kind of function as a 21st century person, you do need internet, and this is the way that people are doing it now. And so we think it's going to be maybe not life-changing, but so much de-stressing for us more than anything.
There are plenty of anxieties that you can't really do anything about in this lifestyle. Having decent internet service was one of those, but now that's one that you can eliminate. If you can get rid of one of them, then so much better. And we're going to do that.
I'm very excited about it. We've been trying to upload a video since 2 today, and it's only at 11%. So we're going to see how fast it goes after the Starlink gets here. And then maybe we won't ever talk about it again. But just know that we'll be happy. 13% in 2 hours.
Rivers, they're here! Are you going to come do a test with us? Or are you too sick?
I just want a piece of toast.
You can get a piece of toast again.
Let's toast them and then I'll toast you, okay?
Cheers.
Cheers, passage drink.
You get a passage drink for air passage.
Cheers.
We welcome you to our hanging laundry, sheets.
I know, sorry.
We have another one of these
Towels.
in the suitcase.
All your sheets are clean though.
Thanks.
That's good.
Appreciate it.
Oh, that thing's huge. Okay, it's even bigger than I thought I was warning them it was. I mean, I knew it would be big. Wow, that's a giant box.
Yeah, when I packed it,
Show it to the camera.
it's the width of the
The whole thing, yeah.
yeah.
Dad, I'm putting in I'm putting it in.
Rivers, I'd rather not.
This way, if anything happens, it's Daddy's fault and not yours.
Yeah.
That's how I live my life.
Zeke, plane? Plane? Where's the airplane? Where's the airplane? Where's the airplane? It's not down there. Oh, there's the airplane, Zeke. We nailed it!
Make it clear the mast, right?
Yeah, we're out past the warning cones. There's the airplane, Zeke. Good boy. It was a lot farther than it looked.
Yeah, but it still looked pretty close to a map.
I bet it still had 150 feet.
I know, but that was kind of...
It was really cool though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
That was sweet. All right, take us to the anchorage.
Did it.
Get that on video?
Yeah.
Going to meet
A friend today who is on the world's biggest cruise ship. And they're here for about 5 hours. And we're gonna get fuel and propane. It already looks really cool, yeah.
You're not too hard to pick out. Being all over the Caribbean and traveling as much as we do, it's rare for us to get a chance to meet any of our Patreons. But in this case, the stars lined up perfectly.
Let's see. There they are. Yay! Totally secure.
Despite the precarious dinghy landing, Antilles Gas is the most convenient place we've found in the Caribbean to get propane. I'll take wet feet and a 200-foot walk any day.
It is getting cold. There's some weather coming.
Unexpectedly sailing.
We are taking these guys over to Christmas Cove, and we figured there was not going to be any wind, and it was going to be a really, really boring sail, and we weren't going to really film anything because there wasn't really anything going on besides us motoring. But now, there's some weather on the horizon, and we're sailing! Sailing! Woo!
At 8:06.
Supposed to be a chill sail, so Miller may go out. You're getting rained on.
A little bit. I'd rather sail and get wet than motor and be dry.
I would rather do both and stay dry. That's why I'm underneath here. Take shelter.
Batten down the hatches.
Yeah. And it's back to being dead.
Now that is a lot more sailing than we thought we were going to get. I'm pretty happy about that. A lovely day it has been today, actually. We had that rainy morning, but it turned into wind, which meant we actually got to sail almost here, which was not expected because the wind has been so light and it's all in the wrong directions. But we made a passage. And it's sundown. Sundowner passage drink. Where's Rivers?
Passage drink.
Drink all this.
Cheers.
Okay.
3 dark and stormies, a root beer, and Chase has moved up to just the straight rum. He's tired of screwing around.
Real pirate.
We had a pretty special day yesterday too, because Lauren and I and Rivers got to meet Doug and Lori LaBelle, who are now our good friends. Started out just as patrons, and they've just been some of our biggest supporters for a long time now, and really have helped us out in so many ways. And they were taking a cruise that happened to stop in St. Thomas. It turned out that we were sitting in a good spot to dinghy over and meet those guys. Super cool, because we've talked to them on the phone, we've messaged with them quite a bit. Doug particularly, he's been a great sounding board for some of our ideas, and he's just so enthusiastic about our channel and the things that we've been doing that it really means a lot to us and helps us stay motivated sometimes when we have people like that just are so supportive of what we're doing out here. Cheers to you guys. I'm digging into a little project that's kind of been hanging around while I waited for parts, and that is the Traveler. If you'll recall, it was when we were heading around Guadeloupe to the western shore that we got into a really windy situation. Nothing particularly unusual, but that was when that Traveler car decided to let go.
Well, that doesn't look like how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
I knew that was going now. It's been sticky and acting weird for a while. The end caps busted on it. And since then, we've been trying to figure out if we could find a replacement for it or find parts. And surprisingly, I found parts online and had them shipped to us, and they just showed up with these guys. So I've got brand new end caps and then a bunch of these Tourlon bearings. So then the problem is that the way these are designed, they obviously don't fit straight on. What you're supposed to do is take one of these tracks, you slide it onto the car and stand it up, fill all the bearings in, and you slide this right up to the edge of it, to the very end of it, and then you just sort of roll the car onto it. Well, that doesn't really work for us. For us, we don't have a lot of space there, and we've got really old hardware that's been screwed in for a long time that I could use a impact driver to probably get those screws out, but I'd rather leave them alone if I can figure out a way. What I discovered was that these little caps will clip on to the rail. They just have a tiny bit of flex in them, just enough that you can get them on there. So my plan is to clip these onto the rail. This car will slide right onto it without the bearings in it. The bearings are what holds it to the track. It's not going to be easy. Put this straight down the track, screw the end cap onto it, and then feed the bearings into it, get it completely full, and then slide the other cap on and screw it on. Basically just taping off the inside hole, and I'm just going to start shoving the bearings in until they get all the way around to here. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, and then Lauren and I will have to do some finger dancing. She just made a really weird face to try to get the last couple bearings in and get it all closed up without losing any. So these are full. I feel it push the outside one out just a tiny bit. So they're completing the track in there. It looks to me like 2 will fit in the sides here. So what I think we need to do is squeeze the 2 in here, put a little piece of tape over it, and slide it as close as we can get, and pull the tape out. Make it close enough that the ball bearings can't escape this gap, which that should be pretty easy. And then just slide the pull pieces of tape out. It's a piece of cake. Super easy.
Okay.
Pretty sure this is how they train you to do it at Lumar.
So what do we need? We need more tape?
Tape out. Losing control of my balls.
How are you going to get the other sides off though?
I haven't figured that out yet. One time.
Fancy.
I'm not sure I'd recommend that method, but these things are like 50 cents a ball, by the way. It's kind of insane. Tourlon bearings. Alright, so now I got the cap screwed on there. It's kind of cool. You can look at this little groove right here, and you can see those little bearings. When you put tension up like this, pull, you can see them running along that race there. Check both sides just to make sure it looked like it was a full track all the way around, and it seems like it is. So next step now is I just got to put this back the way it was, removing this, and then this one slides over here, the new one comes right here, and we once again have a double slider for our Traveler, which means we don't have to sail double reefed all the time, just to be careful. Frankly, it never showed any signs of strain or weakness. I think even one was plenty strong for the way we sail. We don't take chances with the amount of sail we have out, generally speaking, but it feels a lot better to have 2. And so when squall pops up and we're single reefed, but it's blowing 30 for, 3 minutes, don't have to worry too much. Okay, get my wrenches out, finish this thing up.
The wind, the waves, and the motion